Hello, all, and welcome to Survivor Exile Island's first exit interview. We are joined tonight by First Boot Will Fauntleroy, and I am also joined by my co-host Morgan Jackson and exit interview specialist Denny.
What's up, guys?
Hello, hello.
Morning.
Well, my winner pick.
Oh, why would you do that to yourself?
I just loved your energy, and you said you were totally going to be connecting with everyone in the game. So I was like, this guy, he's going all the way. And then it broke my heart when you went out first. You said in your intro video, I hope I don't get first boot. And then here we are.
I've never got this. This was not only my first. This was my first boot ever. I think my second ever pre-merge in an org in like 2 years. So that's been swell.
Maybe I'm bad luck for you. I don't know. But we'll get into all that at the end. How did you hear about this game and what made you apply for it?
I think I just heard it around like the Phil and Alexis Survivor Specialist Patreon Facebook group, and I've been a big fan of them since Millennials vs. Gen X. So I was like, whoa, in order with people I love, and it's like, I'm like, whoa, I gotta do it. So I just like, I started to notice a lot of the community of the Survivor Specialists were like becoming a lot more connected and stuff. And I just wasn't as active in the Facebook group. So I thought this was my way to kind of introduce myself, hop in, kind of get to know people who obviously have the same interests as me, and just get to know some more people and maybe win, but I guess not.
All right. So when you get pulled into the Zoom call and then you find out your tribes, what were your initial thoughts on your tribe? And were you vibing with anyone like right off the bat?
I think I definitely started vibing with them a lot. I think a lot. I can just tell the energy was high. The energy was, like I said, my energy is always nonstop, always upbeat and stuff. So noticing that other people were equally as excited, as like just jumpy, I was super excited. All I can remember from that first night was asking Ian about that idol clue. I was like, "Can I open this?" And then Ian's like, if you want to. And that's the only thing that stuck in my head the entire night was like, well, I'm going home first now because of this. So yeah.
Right. And which brings me to my next question. You finding the idol.
Oh,
I get it that you wanted to know if you could open it, but it did. I mean, all eyes were on you in that moment. And then you do find the idol and people think you have the idol.
it was just insane luck, which I thought maybe it was just like one person on each tribe got it. They just like threw in a random box, slapped a sticker on and went with it. And then realizing, I believe it was like Greg and Lilly who told me that they also had it. I felt a little bit more secure. I kind of laid back a little too much, and that's, I guess, part of my downfall. But yeah, it was a funny coincidence that happened, and then I found the idol.
See, I was on a high in that moment because I'm like, yes, my winner pick, found the idol right off the bat. We're off to a good start.
I think it was only like 1 or 2 hours after we sent you guys on your way that you had figured it out.
Yeah, I used to do like this science event at high school, and one of the events that I was known for was this code busting event. So I thought it was like, boom, awesome, perfect. And I was like, this is my thing. So,
all right. So going into that challenge, you guys lose the first challenge, and you did good in your portion. I'm wondering, do you think you would have done good in the other portion? Because your tribe stumbled on the water bottle flip portion. Do you think that maybe you would have done better in that portion as opposed to some of your tribe mates, or
no? Probably not, because I have no coordination at all. Except with balancing things using a pencil in my mouth. I guess it's the only thing I'm good at. I feel like I would have loved to be on the puzzle, but I know going into that, my somewhat of a strategy. Obviously, I was willing to do whatever the tribe needed me to do, but I kind of did want to go for the nuts and bolts. I felt like that was the easiest part, and that would allow me to kind of go fast and kind of just like kind of breeze under the radar a little bit. But like I said, that was my intent. So.
All right. And then Lauren gets chosen. You guys hear about the Exile Twist. Lauren gets chosen to go. How did you feel about Lauren being chosen to go?
I guess bad. Obviously the reason I think Lauren was chosen because Lauren was the person who caused this challenge because they statistically spent the most time on their part of the challenge. So in a way it was like, well, there goes the scapegoat. But even that I know Lauren is so well connected that I think it would have been hard for Lauren to go no matter what that round. So I guess in the moment I was upset, but in hindsight, it was what you gonna do about it kind of thing. Obviously, I wish I would have went. It would have been kind of fun to connect with the other tribe. But yeah.
You said that you felt you connected with Greg and Lilly and it made you feel safe. Do you feel like you connected with them enough? And did you try connecting with the others as well?
That's, I think, entirely the reason I went was because I definitely underestimated every single person in this game. Like I said, I've been playing orgs, mostly chat orgs, mostly through Discord, but a couple video Skype orgs since late 2019. So at this point, I got used to the kind of rhythm of, okay, first round, talk to everyone, don't talk too much, don't stand out, don't do this, try to do this, but don't do that, don't do that. So I knew my goal going into that was talk a little bit with everyone, get a good vibe from everyone, and pick a couple people to really solidify yourself with, which is why I kind of chose Greg and Lilly, because they were both two of the more upbeat, the more happy, excited people. And I know we did nuts and bolts together, so that's what we were going to call ourselves. But I guess I was a little too late to the gun with that. I do wish I connected more with like Bill and Victoria. I really liked Victoria, but me and Victoria just didn't really talk much. And then, oh God, is it Mike and Alex? Okay, I need to watch the episode yet. Those are two people also like I kind of talked with, but I knew I didn't really get a good, like, we weren't going to be final two kind of thing. Just because I just don't think the energy matched there. I was an upbeat, flamboyant, kind of excited person, and they were more chill, laid back, kind of dude bro kind of thing in my eyes. So I guess, yeah, overall, I wish I had not underestimated people. I wish I had like talked more and just been more involved. Which I guess just comes with learning Zoom orgs and Messenger orgs in general.
You did mention that no one was really wanting to throw a name out. So did you in any way think that maybe you weren't hearing a name because it was your name being thrown around?
No, I didn't think of that till right now. I think part of the underestimation comes from a lot of people saying that this is the first org, this is the second org, and like I said, I'm just so used to people in that position usually playing a lot more like, oh, I don't want to say anything, I don't want to. So I know my first like 10 million orgs I played, I didn't say a single name the entire game, and just let people kind of take charge. So I kind of came in, was like, all right, what are we doing here? And everyone's like, I don't know. I was like, okay, well, who's not here? Who's not in this group right now? We got Mike, Alex, we got Victoria. What are we doing here? So yeah, I never assumed it would be my name. I was too cocky. I'll say that. I was definitely too cocky.
Do you think that the idol provided you, like, do you think that idol was bad for your game in that maybe you would have tried to connect more if you didn't have it, that it just felt like a security blanket?
I guess yes and no. I feel like in my mind, part of being so cocky, I was like, all right, here's an idol. It's going to be used like for a swap or for merge. And it never even came up in my mind for that round. So in a way, it didn't, I don't think it like fogged my mind, but definitely I was thinking too far ahead. I think if that makes sense.
So your face when you heard your name, when Ian's reading the votes, I mean, you looked shocked.
Because like I said, I've never been pre-merged more than like, I think one of the first games, and I'd never been first boot. So I was like, oh my God, Kat, please stop.
Were you worried in that moment, or were you just thinking, okay, well, that's probably Victoria voting for me? Because you did vote for Victoria, right?
Yeah, I think, definitely the first vote, I was like, all right, this makes sense. I really didn't talk to Victoria. Maybe someone told Victoria that I was voting Victoria. Maybe it was just a hinky vote. And then the second vote came up and I was like, something's going on here. And then I think the third vote, my hands were in the air, probably just knowing me, how I act. I was probably hands in the air, spinning around in the chair, doing one of these kind of things.
You were probably like, why didn't I use the idol?
Oh, and even like, I remember vividly, like in that quietness of like the voting, I was like, I can just like get rid of it. And chances are I'll probably find it again. If it's another code thing, I might find it again if it was rehidden. So I do remember thinking like, what if I just played it? What if?
Yeah, what if?
There's always so many woulda, coulda, shouldas in Survivor.
Yeah.
And
you said you knew you were going to be cocky, extra cocky, and get voted out first. And then you didn't use the idol. So
listen, I know.
All right.
It's the Leo in me. It's for sure the Leo in me.
So, inside thing, I did write to Will after the game and just let him know, dude, you were my winner pick and you only live like 30 minutes from me. And we did have a conversation. And Will, you did say that you did underestimate the people in the game, and that 100%. You really didn't want to talk too much to people because you thought that would put a target on your back. And that's why you kind of didn't connect more, because that's why I was so hooked on you, because you said, I love talking on the phone. I love connecting with people. I'm going to do all these reach outs. And then from what I heard in the game, you weren't doing that. So was it really that you thought you were just going to put a big target on your back if you were very social?
Yeah, because like, I know I keep bringing up like past orgs, but like normally, like I said, normally in orgs, like my average is 6th place because like I always kind of use my social ability and then get cut at the end because I'm too social. I've heard that so many times. It's like, oh, he's too social. He'll win in the end. I don't want to sound narcissistic at all. That's not why. But and like even I guess like I know Ian said this in the preseason. That obviously I have more. No words. I have more experience with Discord and like chat-based orgs where like that was my typical level of experience, or like now in Skype orgs, it's usually people I know. So that is my level of experience or my level of activity, is because I think I was on call a couple hours each night that I was there. I know first night we had a call with the tribe chat. Next night I think I was on call 3 or 4 hours with nuts and bolts. I think there was a decent amount of activity, I would say, from my side. It's just I completely underestimated everyone else.
Yeah, these games are intense.
Yeah.
The 3 of us played. We know it's very involved.
And like I said, I'm not even gonna blame. I was gonna say just like having 2 jobs and trying to do every single possible thing. I was like, okay, I'm gonna maybe spend a little bit of time online at night, try to do this during the day, focus my life on day. But some people came to play, they came to win.
Yeah, they sure did.
It definitely, like, I know you said, I think you're trying to say there, like, you don't want to make an excuse, but like your real life does have an impact on how you play these games. You can't just, you can't just not go to work. You can't, and even if you're there, you can't not work and like talk to people. And sometimes you might miss a conversation that could really impact your game. And I mean, I'm not saying that happened to you, but yeah, I think if there's any excuse to use, I mean, I think that's the most realistic one, because everyone does have a life and everyone does have stuff going on, and you can't always pass on that stuff for a Zoom-based Survivor org. So
yeah, and especially with me, like I'm someone, like I have the biggest fear in the world of wasting time. So I always try to do it. I think when this game started, I was in school, I was at work, I'm in like 4 different extracurricular activities. I know I was in Final 4 of another game when this game started. It's just like, and maybe that's another problem of mine. It's overextending myself, I think.
Ian, your questions?
Yeah. Okay, so we have some Facebook questions for Will. Alex Trias wrote, Will, do you think you overplayed or underplayed? What would you have done differently to start the game if you had a do-over?
Can I say that I overplayed by underplaying? Like, I definitely came into it way too metagaming with, okay, I have this idol. It's going to be used at this, and it's using swap. It's going to be merge. I'm going to make merge. I'm going to make swap. Hold on. This is round 1. Think about round 1, which that is what caused me to try and undersell and underplay my game. And ultimately, I guess I did that too much. And that was, I think, my downfall.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's
so
a good...
what would you do over?
Yeah.
Oh, what would I do over? Every possible thing. I think I think definitely attempt. I think get on calls as soon as possible. I think, especially with newer people, I've tended to notice in org. I don't know if this is true in this org, but those first night bonds are sometimes the ones that will stick to Final 2. Like I said, I know I made that group with Lilly and Greg, but by that point there was already a group with Lauren, Lilly, Greg, Mike, Alex kind of going. So definitely play a lot faster than I did. Played a lot, put it in 5th gear. Don't lay back. And I guess just try to connect more. Don't underestimate, obviously. Play the idol. Definitely play the idol. Yeah.
All right. McKenna asks, well, she said, so sad to see you go. And then her question was, what was the most memorable conversation you had with someone on your tribe?
Oh. I do not remember. I think I would say, because I don't remember any of the message conversations I had. I think definitely the best conversations I've had was definitely with Lilly and Greg in that Nuts and Bolts group. Like I said, I think we were on for like 3 or 4 hours, and we were just like talking about life a little bit, talking about the game, back to life, back to game, and we would always like remember 5 minutes into game talk, okay, start recording now. All right, stop recording. And we would just always forget that. And it was just nice just getting to know them, getting to know their lives. I fully remember now Lilly being a florist, Greg playing pickleball. I think that's what it is. Just like I said in the intro, I love meeting people. I love getting to know people. So that's definitely something that will stick with me.
And final question. Carrie says, you were so entertaining in your confessionals. Why did you decide to share the tea with everyone as you were leaving?
Huh.
If you remember in your parting words, you mentioned about how they needed to be quicker on idol finding.
That's just me being cocky and me being a Leo. If I'm being fully honest, I was like, fuck you guys, but good for you guys. God. Like that was entirely just a state of shock at that point. I was just so blindsided. I just said whatever was the first thing in my head, and I was like, damn, I couldn't play this idol. Might as well say it now.
Yeah, because I had like parting words, you know, like Jeff says something before they go back to camp or whatever. And I had something written down, and then you said that, and I was like, I can't say anything that I had written down. And so I like completely flubbed my parting words because I was like,
my truest goal right there. Yep.
But yeah.
So I'm wondering, why do you think, Will, that they decided to vote you out first?
In my head, it's always because I always say it's because I'm too loud and too obnoxious and too over the top. But I definitely think it just could have been. Well, I don't know. It's interesting. From what I've heard from other people, it was because I had said, I don't know, maybe Mike or Alex, and that rubbed people the wrong way, obviously, because that group made. I think it was just like a mixture of, definitely the idol. Now that I'm thinking about the idol shenanigans in that first night flub, that I will never forget ever. See, I think just a mixture of kind of not being around too much. I know a lot of people were worried about activity levels, and just how active people can be. So, mixture of inactivity, idle play, over cockiness, annoyingness, all the S's, I guess.
All right, one word to describe your game.
I think just cocky. I think
you don't say cocky by now. How many times?
Yeah, I think just cocky. Obviously, for me, just underwhelming and sad. I wasn't impressed at all with how I played. So, but what are you gonna do about it?
So, assuming you don't know the outcome of the game, as you shouldn't.
Ooh.
Who are you rooting for?
I mean, definitely Greg and Lilly. I think they are two really kind, really genuine souls. I hope the best for them in the game. Obviously, like I said, I wish one of them would have at least told me that I was going. I would have just loved that. But I think definitely those two would probably be that's who I'm going to be cheering on from the sidelines. I'll say that.
Sweet. And then, will we possibly see you in another game? Would you be open to playing another game, even if it's a mini?
Ooh. I would. I do have to get my Francesca rock ready. If I get first boot again, I will eat this rock. I gotta get that. I gotta find the perfect rock first, and then, I mean, there's nowhere but up from here, right? Well, this bottom, it's either rock bottom again or up. So
Listen, if you play again, I won't pick you as my winner pick just because.
Okay.
Maybe I'm like bad luck for you. I don't know.
Maybe. It's because we haven't met at Target yet. That's definitely what it is.
Listen, I haven't been there in a while, but I told all these guys I'm going to Target. I'm finding him. I'm going to say, why didn't you use your idol? And then I'm giving him a big old hug.
Listen, find me. I'm the one always wearing the Hawaiian shirt running around the store. I'm very noticeable for how loud I'm talking. But yeah, always down. Always down. Never say never.
Well, even in that short amount of time, it was so fun watching you. You're just very entertaining, very goofy, funny, and just lovable. So I definitely want to see more of you. I hope you'll come back, and thanks.
I want to see more of me too. No, thank you. Thank you, everyone who was a part of this. Like I said, obviously, I wish I played a little bit longer, but for what I did play, it was extremely fun. I still have the box of stuff upstairs in my room just to look at because I'm in awe of just how much work was put into this, how much effort, just the craftsmanship and everything, dedication, on point. You guys are the best.
Glad you enjoyed it, Will. We enjoyed having you for sure.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, thanks for joining us for our first exit interview with First Boot, Will Fauntleroy.
Don't keep saying it.
Don't forget to tune in on Mondays and Thursdays for the episodes, and tune in for all the episode recaps and exit interviews as well. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe on Survivor Game Show Network's YouTube page. And join the Facebook group because that's the only way you're going to be able to apply for a game.